All right, YouTube viewers, welcome to another Ozzstar's fun project. Today we're going to install the radio antenna delete on this C4 93 Corvette. If you have a 93 Vet, the pink wire back there by the control module will power up the antenna, the power antenna. So what happens with an aftermarket unit like this one, the Bose system has been deleted as an aftermarket head unit with an amplifier and aftermarket speakers. Every time the ignition or the car started, the power antenna goes up. So if you want to listen to a CD or just your MP3, the antenna is going to be up. And I want to eliminate that, so I'm going to install an inline switch. You can buy these switch kits, harnesses online. I'm going to show you how just to get a $4 one at Radio Shack or wherever you get it and install it in place. So let's check it out. I'm going to fire up not fire up the car, but turn on the ignition. Turn on the radio, you'll see or hear the antenna go up, and I'll show you how we'll take care of that problem. So enjoy the video. Let's go inside the car and I'll show you where this is located. There's the passenger seat. Right behind the passenger seat is this compartment. Your storage compartment usually has this tray right there in it. So what you do is open this up, open the tray, or open the door, the lid, pull the tray out. Then there's going to be a carpet lining like this in there. There's some light. So I pull this out, and this is where the control module is down in here. Now this one's been modified a little bit, like I said, because the Bose system's been eliminated. But what we're interested in is, now there's several, the pink and orange wires run several ways. One towards the radio, and one towards, this is the back of the car, towards the antenna area. It actually, here's a harness here. So what I did was I diagnosed it and found out that the pink and orange connector here on the 93, this white connector, when I unplug this, the power antenna will no longer go up and down. So this is definitely our feed right here, and I believe it's this pink one. I'm hoping that's coming up. I think you can see that pretty clear. Anyway, this pink wire feeds down. It's going to be tough. Let me creep back here. If you follow this around, it actually leads into this harness here. Let's see. I don't know. I'm wiggling it now, so maybe you can see. You can't see these yellow wires. You probably won't have. These are the these feed my amplifier to the speakers for the amplifier. But it's this harness back here. So this is the, here's what's important. This is the male connector. You've got two male terminals on this side. This is the female. So what I'm going to do is peel the electrical tape off of this harness here. I'm going to find this pink wire. I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to splice in a switch, and what that, and then of course reconnect the connector here, and then what that should be able to do is allow us to flip the switch to operate the antenna, whether we want it up or we want it down. So let me unwrap this and I'll get to the next step. Okay guys, quick update. So I peeled back the insulation or the electrical tape on the wiring. Expose the wiring harness. You got all these different pretty colors here. Cut the pink wire and spliced it back. The ignition is on now, so when I touch, right now the antenna is down, and when I touch these two wires together, I'm going to try to do this one-handed. You see the antenna goes up, and now what I'll do is disconnect and the antenna goes down. Alright, great. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make up a wiring harness now. Let me get out of the car here. I'm getting old. It's not getting that easy. Okay, here are some of the things you'll need. So you need a pair of wire strippers, any kind of wire strippers that'll strip up down to 18 gauge wire. So you got, here's some 18 gauge wire. You can use any color. It's the braided kind, braided copper. Electrical tape. You need some of these connectors, male-female type connectors. I got a whole different variety. Then you got, what I used here was that rocker switch. And this one came from Radio Shack. And what do we got there? 2750693. This one is rated at 10 amps at 125 volts AC. So that ought to do it for a 12 volt system we got here in the DC power. Anyway, so that's what you need. It's pretty simple. I've also picked up a mini switch. You could go smaller if you wanted. There's another one. This one would work too. This is, what is this? 2750324. And that's this little guy here. You can see compared to my finger how small it is. The connectors are just a lot smaller, but it would work. And that's pretty much it for materials. I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna crimp. I'm gonna solder, whatever I gotta do. And what I'll do is, in my case, I have an amp right here behind the passenger seat. So I'm gonna remove the amp where these yellow wires were coming through, right back here. What I'm going to do is right back there where they're coming through the body, I'm going to pull those two 18 gauge wires from here, from the harness, through this hole back behind here, and bring my switch up into here. And then I'm going to figure out where I want to mount it. I might mount it into this console. I might just creep it through here and leave the switch attached somewhere here. I don't know. Another update. So what I did was take the two wires, put the proper connectors on the end here. So I crimped these on, and you saw the switch earlier. And I got two wires I electrical taped. I made a little harness. The two 18 gauge wires run back. This is the glove box we're at. So let me shut that. I got the wires running down here, hidden. And then they go across here. This is my amplifier. So the amp, I got it disconnected. Ran the wires through that hole. I told you where the yellow wires came through here for the amp. Sorry about the camera if it's shaky. I'm trying to stay steady. And then those two wires from the switch tie in right here. Yeah. So I got one here and one here with the connectors. I made this a male female, and that's a male female obviously. But if you ever disconnect this switch, this one's a male on the pink, and on the female side here on the pink. So these can be connected together, bypassed again with no problem. So what I'll do now is tuck all this wire in nice and neat, wrap this back up with electrical tape, put some wire ties in there, get it all straightened out, put the amp back, and then we'll be all set. But I want to show you guys here. You'll have to take my word for it. I'm going to switch it right now. I just turned the ignition on. Let's see. Here's the ignition. So that the radio's on and the antenna's down. And now I'm going to flip the switch here. There it goes. And now I will hit the button the other way. Off. Nice. That's what we're talking about. All right, let me button it all back together. All right, so we got the wire harness in. The switch is located in the console like you saw. I just need to drill a 3/4 inch hole, and then I can mount that switch in there permanently or semi-permanently. It can always be removed. Anyway, it works great now. I can control the antenna up or down. If you have the Bose stereo system still hooked up, factory Bose, then the wiring may be a little bit different. I'm not sure about that orange wire that's connected in that white connector with the orange and pink. If the orange wire stays connected, if it'll work. There's somebody on the Corvette forum, Shaft. I'm talking with him. Hopefully he can help me diagnose that. I'd like to know if it works. So anyway, we'll see what happens with that. I'll leave an update. If there is some sort of update about that, I'll put a description in down below or across the screen here in an annotation. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'm creeping up on 1,000 subscribers here, so that's great. Thanks to your support. I want to do some type of giveaway contest kind of thing where you put your name in if you want to, and I'll give away something. So I don't know, so a tool, something. Give me ideas. Put it down below in the comment. Give me ideas about a giveaway, a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Give me ideas about what to give away within reason, and you know, how to do it, what kind of contest. I don't know, think of something. But anyway, thanks for commenting, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.